Hi, my tubies. It's me, SheilaTruelove. And today we are going to talk about how to stop obsessively thinking about your ex-narc. The reason I'm making this video, it's a very much requested topic that I had some of my tubies ask me to make. So as I lie here in my bed, I'm making this video and I decided to get right on this. Now, the first thing is when coming out of a relationship with a narcissist, it is normal to experience obsessive thoughts. Obsessing over what has and still may be happening is completely justifiable, considering all the pain and the trauma that we have all encountered. Learning how to stop thinking about your ex simply requires you to break the habit because that's all it is, Tubies. It's just a habit. And we all know that habits can be broken when they are replaced with something else. What I learned from this amazing lady, her name is Susan Winter, is you have to set a goal that excites you. It can be anything. So, anything that makes you feel passionate, anything, it could be like a hobby, or it could be something that it involves helping other people. You have to find something in your life that is more exciting than the person you can't stop thinking about. For example, what excites me when I complete a book, I like to write books, and when I'm working on that, also reading the comments from my tubies, when they feel I've made a difference in their lives, along with this is not the only channel that I have. I have two other channels that I'm working on. Also, having questions about things and then doing the research and finding the answers. I love researching things. I just do. These things excite me way more than the negative people I had to leave behind. Every time I catch myself thinking about negativity, I put my mind back on my goals, the projects that I'm working on, or my hobbies. My hobbies lately, it's been painting. I get coloring books because I'm not really a great artist, but I like to get coloring books, really nice coloring books, and I buy the paints and I got the proper paint brushes, and I just absolutely love it because it's relaxing and it helps me to clear my mind, you know? I also like to think about new ideas for my channel. While I'm painting it, I'd be thinking about new ideas for the book I'm writing, spiritual things, and how happy I'm going to feel when I achieve what I set out to achieve. Tubies, I'm not going to lie to you, but this actually works. And the more you practice this new habit, the more you'll see that you are no longer obsessing over someone who's not even nowhere near obsessing over you. They're not obsessing over you. Do you think they're laying there thinking about you, wondering what you're doing, wondering how are you even? No. They're focusing on things that excite them, things that they're passionate about. So you have to get on the ball too and keep in mind that obsessing over someone is nothing but a habit and we can all break habits. What I also learned from one of my favorite authors, I think I told you about her before, her name is Slim Fatty, is that happy people, they find a way to live with their problems, while miserable people, they let their problems stop them from living. Miserable people, they focus on things they cannot change or things they cannot control. Whereas happy people, they focus on things they can change, things they can control. That's why their lives get better and better because they are fixing things they can change. You will never be able to change a narcissist, so why waste your time and your brain energy obsessing and focusing on them? Are they obsessing over you? Let's think about that. I don't think so. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be miserable? Sometimes, Tubies, just sometimes, you have to do things you may not want to do just to get to where you want to be. I found that the more knowledge you have and the more things you have in your life to keep you busy, the more you will be able to control your obsessive thoughts. Instead of thinking about them, think about things that will pay off in the end. I have found this to be so helpful. Believe me, I'm not telling you something that I have not put into practice myself. And the reason why it works is because you got your mind on so many other things. You know, uh, a lot of the times when you get out of a relationship, you say, I don't have anybody else to think about. Well, I have a lot of other people to think about because I do my channels and I have a lot of my tubies that are calling me. So instead of me obsessing or thinking about the negative people that I had to leave behind, I sit up there and I think about some of the problems that my tubies have spoken to me about, or I think about a lot of the discussions that we have. So I have so many other people to think about. I also have my Marco Polo women's group, you know, and I have those things. And I also have a lot of the emails that my tubies send me, and I answer, each and every one of these emails. I try to get back to each and every one. So I don't have time to sit around obsessively thinking about foolishness. But I'm not going to lie to you or try to deceive you. There are times when my mind will go back to it. Like my first thoughts is like my family. I told you my daughter is caught up in some cult, and I miss my daughter, and sometimes I obsessively think about her. But when I catch myself up, because I say to myself, is she sitting there thinking about me? No, she's going on vacation. She's living her life. She's living her best life. She has a husband. She has her 2 kids. I'm the last thing that she's thinking about. So why should I sit up here and obsess over her? And when I find my mind drifting back to that, I catch it. I say, nope, let me go back to my goals. Let me think about some more topics for my book. I have to think about more subjects for my channel. I have my ministry channel, and I have to do some more reading. So I do a lot of my reading. Oh God, I have so many other things to think about besides obsessing over people who are not even giving me a second thought. And I'm sure the same thing applies to you, whether it's with a family member or whether it's with your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend, your ex-narcissist. I'm sure there's many times you find yourself constantly drifting back to them. And I've had numerous of my tubies, which is why I'm making this video, because they said that's one thing they can't seem to get a hold of. My mind keeps going back to this person. I keep trying not to think about them, not think, and I'm trying. And I can't knock them because in the beginning. In the beginning, it's hard. But I find now that it gets easier and easier and easier. Because when I find my mind drifting, and it does from time to time throughout the day, but I hurry up and I say, hope, I go right back to the things that I need to be focusing on. And this will work for you too, tubies. It takes time. When you quit one bad habit, you have to develop another healthy habit. So that's what I've decided to do, and it's working. I've had a lot of my tubies who are really at their wits' end. They are very emotional. I mean, they are crying because they're hurting. And they're trying to figure out a way to move on. And I understand what they're going through. God knows I do. When it comes to my ex-narc, the ex-husband, I don't even give him a second thought. Oh, baby, please. I care less about that. But when it comes to like my family, yeah, that's hard. That's a hard one for me. But it can be done. You notice I said it may be hard. I didn't say it's impossible. You know? And then I have my son who I associate with. And then I have my Christian Bible study group. And then I have a movie buddy. I have a new movie buddy that I go to the movies with every 2 weeks. And we go out to dinner after the movie. So those are things that you have to do for yourself. Maybe you could find yourself a movie buddy, and every 2 weeks you go check out a movie. I usually go on Friday after work, because a Friday is like party time. And we do a movie, and after that we go out to dinner. And this helps. to get past all the foolishness, and you're sitting around caring about people that don't give a damn about you, that's a waste of energy. That's a waste of good energy. And personally, me, I don't have time for it. Anyway, my tubies and my Teletubbies, it can be done. It's just a habit, and habits can be broken. I love you. Until next time, Sheila True Love. Bye for now.